make sure that I am actually live, 'cause that makes a big difference. What do we got here? Yep, looks like I'm live. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and tweet my twart, and we are going to get going. That twart is tweeted. Bum, bada, bum. And now we'll just play a little bit of gameplay, and I can relax. I'm going to need to pause that most likely. And let's go to the chat and pop out the chat. Pop out chat. Perfect. Make her a little bigger here. I wonder if I can like zoom in on that. Just a little. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Do something like this. Arizona, good to see you. By the way, Arizona, I turned the audio to what I thought was going to be acceptable. Please let me know if it's too loud or something like that. Let me know if it's a little bit loud. Zira Hayes, good to see you too. We're kind of doing a Modern Warfare AMA tonight. We're going to answer some questions. Going to do a little short stream. And then I'm going to get to work making like a bunch of other videos. Yeah, that's why I got my keybinds messed up. I went to hit E to open the door, but it was F to open the door, so that kind of effed me up. Fatal Shots and Blitz 941, good to see you. Fatal Shots 56, I assume you might be new here. You might be able to use the, you know, little ninja mixer free sub thing. But I do see that some people are coming in, which is nice, and I am ready to answer questions about Modern Warfare. I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I can't believe I didn't recognize those were enemies right there, but I guess I picked it up later. Bad shooting, bad shooting. Mossy Tree, thank you for the follow. Question is, guys, what would you like to know about Modern Warfare? And Uber Tuber, thank you for following as well. I appreciate it. I'm going to turn my little Streamlabs notifications on. Been watching your channel since Advanced Warfare, and been watching you on Mixer since you moved to Mixer. Well, thank you for supporting me and moving here early. Not a lot of people did that. It's been actually kind of difficult to move people this way. Respectful Frogmen, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. I haven't got any Modern Warfare questions yet, so I'm just going to kill. Haha. Crimsec says, is there native mouse and keyboard support for consoles? Good enough to take you away from Apex? Well, obviously not right now because it's not out. Maybe when it does come out. I do love Apex though. So there is going to be mouse and keyboard support on console as far as I'm aware, and it's going to work just like every other console game. I think the Xbox also supports it, and the PlayStation has supported mouse and keyboard by default for a long time. So you can configure it that way. However, the developers said they were going to be sorting lobbies based on input, so I assume if you're playing console with mouse and keyboard, then it's going to put you in PC, or at least crossplay, mostly PC lobbies. Guys, let me know if that air conditioner is too loud. If it's making too much of a blowing noise, please let me know. I'll go turn it down. The kind of crazy thing about that to me, though, is that if you play on PC with a controller, according to what they said they were going to do, then that means... I'm trying to not potato this. This guy dead. Oh, he got me. Air conditioner might be the rumbling noise you hear. If you play on PC with a controller, you're going to get a console lobby, or like mostly console players, which kind of seems unfair because you'll still have better graphics and higher frame rates and different field of view and stuff like that. But more than just that, at least during World War II, and I think to a lesser degree during Black Ops and some of the other COD games, what happened is that people would plug in a controller, and with the controller plugged in, they would then use the mouse and keyboard, because you have dual inputs, right? So you can just use the mouse and keyboard with the controller plugged in, and it gave their mouse aim assist. So I think that's broken. I would strongly advise against Infinity Ward doing that. I hope that they don't do that. I don't think that's a good idea. So, last I heard on Black Ops 3, they disabled aim assist even with a controller on PC, because people could spoof controller and get... Yep, that's exactly what I was talking about. Got a lot of followers coming in. Thank you all. Fool, Riol, Silent, El Topo, Cosmos. Modern Warfare has specialists like MW3. You are playing an old bill. Well, Cosmos, I have not seen the specialist strike package like MW3, nor have any of my conversations with the developers indicated that it exists. It may well exist, it may be in its own mode, it may be getting fine-tuned, it may be old, but in the 2 times that I've sat down to play the game, I have not been able to use the Specialist Strike package. I kind of hope that it doesn't have it, or I don't know. I don't even know if it would benefit, because MW3 had all these crazy things where you would hit your full Specialist package and you would just like, it's like being on methamphetamines and cocaine all mixed together. You just like run crazy fast and, you know, heal fast and not flinch, and your guns would deal more damage, and it was really, really broken. Specialist is what made MW3 fun, kinda, but it was really brutal for casual players, and you ended up with like a whole bunch of turbocharged supermen. And since they're struggling super hard for realism, or whatever they say is realism for this one, I can't imagine that they're going to go do that. At least I hope that they don't. Got a question from GameGuard. Is DLC good or bad and like the supply drops? And like the supply drops and thing? That's not really like a English, but we don't know anything about the DLC other than that there's no season pass and it's going to be free. All the DLC is going to be free. You don't have to pay for it, so I would consider that a good thing. And nobody knows anything at all about the microtransactions. Not one single thing, so I can't really tell you on that. My English is a bit bad. That's okay, man. It's just kind of... You know what's funny? Is that the people that write the worst English live in America or the United Kingdom. It's actually worse in the United Kingdom. I swear to God, if I get on YouTube comments and somebody is written in potato language, I can guarantee you that they're from the United Kingdom and not Mexico and not Brazil or Spain or whatever the heck, because they at least put the effort to try to make sure that things are spelled right. English in Singapore is super broken? No, it's not, man. I spent like a couple weeks in Singapore. I have family there. English is super easy. It's really, really easy to get around. Okay. How are you still able to play the game? Well, this is pre-recorded. I'm not going to try to fool anybody. Not playing, clearly. This is pre-recorded, but I have permission to stream it, and I can stream it uninterrupted or unedited, so I think it's okay in that capacity. Singlish is like the main thing. I don't know, dude. When I was in Singapore, I didn't have a problem with it. Not at all. Maybe I was just used to the way that my relatives spoke and stuff, and Chinese culture in general, but it didn't really bother me. How powerful are the streaks, says JT3Z, and what's the closest the COD they can compare to? Okay, I actually think the streaks are insanely powerful when you get them, especially when you get up to about the 7 kill streak zone. They start getting really, really, really strong. And the, at least functional comparison, I would like to say is closer to Modern Warfare 3. You have a lot of the same streaks from Modern Warfare 3, which is okay, but the overall performance, like how strong they are, is kind of like during, I think it was the Black Ops, was it Black Ops 4 during the beta, or maybe shortly after launch, the kill streaks were really weak, so Treyarch overtuned them, and they were ridiculously strong. Here comes one streak. He would just get like auto-targeted by choppers and shredded instantly. That'll do it. Let's see. Bruno on Xbox says, bro, what's good? How TF are you still awake? Bruno, man. I'm barely functioning. I've had a couple of naps. I went to the gym, still doing my thing. And I'm just trying to make it happen tonight. The Showtime. Thank you for the follow. Best guns in the game. Right now, it's going to be the FAMAS and the MP7. Hands down. MP7 is, in my opinion, the overall best. The FAMAS is the best rifle. It just doesn't do quite as good up close. How does crossplay friending work? I think you just add people through like Fortnite. Like you add people through Battle.net and stuff. It all integrates through Activision, so that's really easy. How do ballistics feel? Honest to God, it's Haley. I don't notice them. I really did not notice that there were advanced ballistics in this game because they programmed them, all of the ballistics, at real life speeds. It's not like Battlefield where they're simulated or scaled. This one is like actually like the real speed of the bullets and stuff. And that's incredibly fast, so I didn't really notice. Like, for those of you that have shot guns, you know that there's no dodging bullets. You don't even have to lead them under, you know, a certain number of yards or whatever, meters. Time to kill super fast. Guys, I might turn this AC off because it's just blasting me. Only Dr. Evil and I Got LAX, thank you for following. Respect the Frogmen. What's your overall opinion on this game and how are you feeling about it going forward into the next year after the release? Overall opinion, very simply, quite good. Looking forward to it going into release, and I just I want it to continue to be good. I want it to have good post-launch support. I don't want bad microtransactions. I don't want, you know, a whole bunch of crazy stuff in my game, and I think it will be just fine. Cosmos, I'm going to be straight up honest with you, Cosmos. I had some very interesting conversations about the gaming revolution while I was there, and they're not ones that I can talk about on this stream, okay? So I can't talk too much about the gaming revolution's leaks, but I will say that yes, he was surprisingly spot on about more things than anybody expected. Bruno on Xbox, thank you for the follow. What's the lamest thing about Modern Warfare? The lamest thing about Modern Warfare is probably that you get stopping power rounds. That's just stupid, in my opinion. I think the stopping power rounds are ridiculous. And I hate 20v20 mode. I thought 20v20 mode was miserable. I didn't enjoy it at all. By the way, is anybody here one of those new Mixer people that came in from Ninja with those free subs? Because Papa Drift has bills to pay and he needs some more of those free subs, you know? But that's alright, it's no worries. If you guys are new here and you have those, I'd appreciate it. If not, I'm not here to money grub. I want your free money. Now let's go ahead and load up a different one. Let's see what we have. Cave Realism, baby. I'm not really supposed to show too much of the menu here. Something like that, yeah. Okay. And let me go back to my left monitor. Now this is the nighttime mode. I played miserably in this. I got absolutely pooped on. So don't expect a lot of amazing gameplay here. It looks amazing though. That's definitely a real fact. Biggest change that the game needs before launch. You're trying to get my videos out of me early, JTez. Jets, whatever your name is. I think JT3Z, I think they're going to need to retool the minimap a little bit, and I think they're going to need to rework this mode with some slight changes. I think hit markers would be a helpful one. And I think that 20v20 needs a lot of work. Either that, or they need more players, or a radar, or the big player battle modes I thought were pretty miserable, and it needed more help. Defy Broxy, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Is there a friends list party chat in-game for crossplay? Yeah. There was that. We didn't get to use it. We were set up on different equipment, but it was there, you know, I could see it. You think the 20v20 issue has to do with core gameplay elements of COD or poor map design? Both. So the core gameplay elements of this COD, if you guys haven't noticed, are slower than a traditional Call of Duty. Than Call of Duty's more recently, okay? You perform better in this game by playing a little bit slower, and as much as I said it's not Rainbow Six Siege, if you use Rainbow Six Siege tactics and kind of play like that, it's to your advantage. The 20v20 map was really cluttery and busy. It was kind of like Sinai. I'll play that. If you guys want me to, I'll play that next. It was kind of like Sinai Desert from Battlefield 1, and what ended up happening is basically everybody just took these buildings and camped in them. And if you wanted to get kills or do anything useful, you needed to take a power position like a building, camp, and hold it. If you tried to rush, if you tried to cap objectives, you were going to have an absolutely miserable time. I hope the progression carries over to other platforms. That would be nice. Is Soap back? We don't know. Hey, Drifter, any party game modes coming to Modern Warfare? Of course, you know there is. Cyber Attack. I love Cyber Attack. Cyber Attack was my most fun mode, honestly. I take that back, 2v2, but Cyber Attack was good. Split screen co-op mode for console. I don't think so. I haven't seen it. They don't let us try things like that. I know that a lot of people have asked for that, and a day is coming where games just don't do split screen anything, especially shooters, because of how it has to render the engine and whatever. But as far as I'm aware, I have no idea. What's the launch price? 60 bucks. 60 bucks. Do the guns take skill? Yes, they do. Your guns kick like a mule. Most of the guns in this game I kitted for faster sprint out times and, you know, faster aim down sights times and stuff like that. And because of that, they kick like a ton, even for PC. It was pretty rough. Can we set different sensitivities to different weapon types? On PC you can, and I think that also you can set some different sensitivities for different scopes. I know that you can on PC. I don't know as much about console. Accurate, level 1, a new guy here. What do you think? Do you think the tactical nuke will be like Modern Warfare 2 or MW3 Gunstreak or Killstreak chainable? It's got to be Gunstreak. Noah J went on like a 45 kill streak and he didn't earn the nuke, so it's got to be a Gunstreak. I think the extra kick in this game makes the stun grenades more favorable. I think the stun grenades are more favorable because you can die instantly. What's another fun question? J. Cora, Accurate, thank you for the follow. Tiananmen, thank you for the follow as well. Are you hyped for those night vision goggles though? Mate, not as much as I was. The first time I played this mode, I loved it. When I played it here, I had a pretty miserable time because my team didn't really like understand the laser meta. You'll see a lot of times where I'm like trying to creep around and not aim down sights, and my team's like doing a laser light show, which is really annoying. So they didn't seem to quite get it. Several of them had lasers always on, which was a huge frustration for me. Is it still 25 for a nuke or 30? We don't know, man. We don't know. Nobody earned the nuke, so I cannot tell you at all. Were the killstreak medals like merciless? No idea, dude. Is there ADS sensitivity? Yeah, like I know there is on PC. I have no clue about your consoles, man. Could not tell you. Gold Art, good to see you. Fewer Prawn and the Cap Gun, thank you guys for following. Appreciate it. Do you think the better weapons will be better in general with no attachments? Do the negatives included with them? Well, embarrassingly, as the gun guy who should really know what's going on, I kitted most of my weapons quite poorly. Actually, I did not estimate my own skill properly on this. So I think that being conservative with your attachments is going to be much better than just loading them down. You really, really need to be careful about what you pick. So what I did, hey, Get Flanked, dude, you too, as always. Good to see you. So the way it worked is most of the attachments have drawbacks. Very few have no drawbacks whatsoever. So if you do stuff like a heavy barrel, then you have higher muzzle velocity and less recoil, but you'll have like worse hip fire and slower aim down sights or slower sprint out time because it's heavier. But if you do like a short barrel, then I'm just trying to like mount and get murdered here. But if you have a short barrel, you can like aim down sights quicker and like pick it up. But it comes at the cost of increased accuracy because your gun is lighter. It's going to have higher recoil. So I remembered from my original playtest that a lot of the weapons in this game had really slow like sprint out and aim down sights time and stuff, especially the heavier weapons. Like the ones that would two-shot you and stuff were pretty rough like that. So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna be really smart. I'm gonna load my gun down and I'm gonna go all full like quick draw, ADS, super fast sprint out speed and stuff like that. What ended up happening is that yes, those things worked quite well, but it sent my recoil into like mule kick territory. So every gun that I had kicked super bad, and I thought, you know, I'm on PC. I can control this recoil. I really couldn't. I really, really couldn't. I was not on my A game, you know. Thickest kill streak. Actually, the Wally robot was really, really thick. That one did the Lord's work for what it was worth. Why did you switch from Mixer to Twitch? Why did you switch to Mixer from Twitch? Money. I like money. There we go. As a veteran and having actually used a lot of this stuff, it looks awesome. Well, I'm glad you think so. Are the maps hard to remember or get around? Yeah, dude. The maps are big and busy and complicated. That's one of my criticisms that's going to be coming up in the near future. A tank kill streak is only on big maps? No, it's on every map. It's not very good in my opinion. Like, you gotta have like an expert driver for that thing to have value. I'd rather have the little Wally robot. I think they'll add a minimap beta. I bet they play with it. I bet if enough people play with it, I bet enough people complain about it, then they'll play with adding a minimap. That would make sense to me. Favorite optic to use? Probably the Viper Hollow sight. It was really clear. Or the Red Dot Mini was also really clear. I enjoyed those. Alright guys, time for me to swap on over. Let's do the 20v20. You guys want to see 20v20? Where's my 20v20 Dom? How long was this mode? Okay, so it's not over my time limit. Alright, now I'll swap on back and hit play. This is 20v20 mode. This is the best I did, and this was a rough mode, man. JD Wick says, the stuff shown so far isn't doing it for me. Do you think the beta will bring a lot of us back that swore off COD after Black Ops 4? That depends on you, man. A lot of people wanted Modern Warfare 3 back. They wanted realistic, they wanted tactical, they wanted rainbow type stuff. Oh yeah, this is the optic attachment that I thought was really good. I personally enjoyed this one, nice and clear. But that's on you. Like, if this is the kind of gameplay you like, then yeah, sure. If it's not, then obviously you're not gonna like it. Very simple. Well-known alias. Good to see you, man. Level 1 in the chat. For what it's worth, I thought 20v20 looked absolutely phenomenal. Dude, I hated this. This was the most hated. People hated this more than realism mode. I thought this was really not a very good mode. Real talk. Yeah. Jawalaja knows. Snipers have aim assist. Couldn't tell you. Fatal Shots I played on PC where there's no aim assist in general. So you can see when I have this map and this radar, I can fight people. But what you'll see later on is that after... I'm gonna get shot if I'm not really careful. Is that after the radar goes away, it becomes increasingly difficult to like tell where anybody is or have a clue what's going on. So it's really, really, really frustrating to spawn in on a map this big, where it could take like 10 minutes to walk across it, and not 10 minutes, like 2 or 3 minutes, but not really know where any of the enemies are. Yes, of course, I've played Gears of War before. How do I sub? Not familiar with Mixer. There's like a little, I think it's like a little pink sub button. It's like subscribe to Drifter at $6. It's like paid Twitch subs. If you signed up, J-Traps, from the, I think on the home page, there's this thing, if you like click Ninja's link and sign up with Ninja's link or whatever, then it will give you free subs. So far I've capitalized on total 0 of those free subs tonight. I was hoping to piggyback on his success, but that's okay. Hey, Choco the Chocobo, good to see you tonight, as always. Do you like when your screen goes to black and white when you get shot? No, dude, I hate it. I actually hate it. I've got enough color problems as is, you know. Is this the new COD? Yep, this is the new 20v20 mode, Choco, which was my least favorite. It was really frustrating. It's 5-point dom. And you're gonna get to see some next level camping, though. I think this map also supports 100v100, so probably run better that way. Oh, the Ninja referral link only works on his page? Oh, well that's lame. That's lame. I didn't know that. Oh well, who cares? Doesn't matter. Bullet Catcher, long time no see. Thanks for the gameplay. Anytime, dude. Long time no see for you too, but welcome back. That's why I think the MP7's great. It's got great long-range accuracy. Oh, Choco, you'll love the mantling. So they let you climb on just about anything that's the right height. They even hid like secret weapons and stuff higher up. So if you parkour and climb just right, you can get like power positions and power weapons and just like Easter eggs and crazy stuff. MP7 iron sights are a lot like real life ones. Who asked that question? Who asked that question? WT Vulture. So in previous Call of Duty games, the MP7 had these like beautiful, clean iron sights with flat and like a thin little bar, and it was easy to aim with. As a guy who's fired a real life MP7, I'll let you know the iron sights are not that good. They're, especially not, you know, in the real world. They're much more representative of real life iron sights. Yes, there's a Scar H Crush that is in the game. Do you feel optimistic that things that aren't good will get better? I do. I'm really not worried about it. This one isn't one that I have a whole lot of big concerns about. The devs seem to care. They seem to listen to Reddit and YouTube. Well, not always a good thing, but they seem to be more in tune with the community, and they kind of know what they want and what the community wants. So I think the opportunity to... Sorry. There is an opportunity for them to fix the things that are broken and make changes and improvements and run the beta and do a lot of stuff that I think will help the game for sure. Best map? Best map is probably Gunrunner, the first one we played. NoobTube spam a thing. People didn't use it. Commentators don't play with NewTubes. No idea. Half-Blind Prophet, thank you for subscribing, man. Appreciate that. First sub of the night. I don't know if you use the Ninja one or not, but thank you for all the support. Killstreak UI is rough if you have a lot between. Yeah, it is. It is a little rough on that front. Thank you, Half-Blind Prophet. I appreciate that. Let's see. Could you remove the stock on the MP5 and make it look like the MP5K? Yeah, you can completely remove the stock. I think actually removing the stock is one of an attachment choice. Your attachment is no attachment. It's like no stock or just something like that, like a micro stock that folds in. So So you can kind of, the way that works is that you can raise it like really fast and you can sprint faster with it, but your recoil is a lot more dumpy. What do Sparks do? Sparks boost embers now. They used to give free money, but now what they do is they give like a multiplier or a boost to the embers that I earn. People don't really spend embers on me, so I would tell you not to worry about it a whole lot. Any akimbo gun options in there? Yeah, akimbo is in there for pistols only, but not for this particular build. Like, we didn't get to go akimbo anything. In the Office version, we did see some akimbo stuff that we weren't gonna able to click it. G18s. I don't think there was a G18. There's like a 45 caliber Glock, like a normal one. You have a Desert Eagle, a revolver, and I think you have a Beretta as well. So pretty standard guns. See, that there was a FAMAS with a long barrel. I'm not gonna play Gears 5. Nope. Are there any destructible environments? No, not really. Very, very minor things. There's stuff to kick up dust or whatever, but they're not destructible in the traditional sense. My aim with this is so booty. You can just see this booty aim right there. Big booty. Playing domination, dude. We're playing 5-point dom right now, 20v20. Dom spawns were fine. It's a little bit harder to predict the spawns without the radar. It's a little bit more confusing, but dom's fine. Wouldn't worry about it if I were you guys. This is a private streamer beta? Nope, this is shameless pre-recorded gameplay, baby. I'm just sitting here doing my pre-recorded thing. You think they should bring back point streaks in like Modern Warfare 3? I really do, Igor. I really do think that I should get a reward for doing something like, I don't know, capturing a flag, 2 or 3 assists, shooting down a helicopter, you know, planting a bomb. Things like that should allow me to be rewarded. I think that would be very, very reasonable, honestly. Is the panic stab insta-kill back? If not, how much damage does it deal? It's a lot like Black Ops 3 and 4. There's no okay, I think there is, it's not an attachment, but you can choose little perks for your guns, typically what you do with your hands. Jocular Agenda, thank you for following. On some of the weapons, I don't remember which class, there's a fast melee option where you put on your body a tactical knife on your chest. So if you're shooting and somebody gets in your face, your character will quickly reach to your chest, grab the knife, and stab out. That's an option that you can run. It costs one of the perk slots. Not your main perks, but your gun perk slots, I should say, more accurately. And that's a real thing. Oh, I should not have pushed that corner. That was really bad. However, other than that, it's the traditional 2-slap melee that we've had for the last couple of games. It's a lot like Black Ops, where you can shoot once and then slap him across the face. In the 2v2 gameplay I pistol whipped somebody, so that was very effective. Jocular Agenda says, how do I sub, brother? There's like a button somewhere on the page. It says subscribe to Drifter for $5.99. Apparently the Ninja subs only work on Ninja, so I'm not super worried about it if you can't sub. It's totally okay. Here's one of the goofier weapons. It's actually kind of terrible. It's the MK2 Cowboy lever action rifle. So, you know, subbing's great and all, but since they're not free, I'm not going to sit here and beg for them. I got better things to do. Can you hold the gun sideways? Yes. Yes, you can, actually, Arizona. In the freaking, what's it called? I'm potatoing. Realism laser sight mode. You do high ready and hold it sideways. And a lot of times with the pistol and stuff, like when you get really close to people, you do like the John Wick, like tack sweeps. There's a lot of that, but it's all realistic. It's not like the crazy, that kind of sideways. Subtech, thank you for the host, appreciate it. Is the announcer good, or World War II German announcer? Dude, feed the swag pig. You're asking the weirdest questions today. I have no clue, man. I didn't pay at least bit of attention to the to the announcer. Finished Bug says, what field upgrades are in the game? Well, we will talk about field upgrades in just a moment. I'm gonna swap my gameplay out to, let's do you guys want to see 2v2 or do you want to see cyber attack? What's it gonna be? 2v2 cyber attack or 10v10? My 10v10 gameplay is pretty bad. So it's pretty much even. I see mostly cyber attack. All right. So where's my cyber attack gameplay? Cyber attack. Where the hell is cyber attack? Hackney Yard. Where the hell is my cyber attack? I know I've used it. I made a video on it. Am I drunk? Ah, here we are. Okay, so I'll go ahead and go back to the beginning. Twice maybe. Let's go back to my left monitor. There we go. Cyber attack, ladies and gentlemen. We are at cyber attack. So we had a question about the field upgrades. No worries, have a good night, Choco. I didn't know I was playing Search and Destroy here, so I rushed in with the shotgun very unprepared. I think I managed to get one hit in with the Deagle before all the grenades. This is actually a really good gameplay on my part. I got really good gameplay out of this. So field upgrades. These are kind of like specialist abilities, but they're like dollar store specialist abilities. They're something that you carry in your backpack that you can use occasionally. So the one that I'm using is stopping power rounds. That's what most people are using. It gives you stopping power for 1 magazine of ammo. I think that's a little broken. There's one called a munitions box. It's like a little box. You just slap it down on the ground, and you can use it to change weapons. You can just get a totally new weapon out of the box, but it's random. There is a trophy system that blocks 3 grenades. There is a little personal, like, drone, like one of the little ones you get at Walmart or Best Buy or whatever. Like my drone, like one of the tiny little handheld ones you fly around, but you have to take yourself out of combat for it. And there is a riot shield, but it's not the riot shield you carry, and it's not the one with Black Ops you plant and it microwaves people. It's like a little chest-high wall that you plant, and it's just a wall, and that's kind of all it does. You know details about crossplay and how will it work? Yeah, it's the same as Fortnite, dude. You play against console players if you're on console, and PC if you're on PC. If you join your friend on PC, you get put in crossplay lobbies. And if you're playing at like some goofy-ass time of night or some unpopular mode or whatever, then you'll probably get crossplay fill if they don't have enough people. Shotgun opinion, I hate them, dude. Shotguns are wildly inconsistent in this game. At least I don't know how to use them. I'll shoot and just get hit markers for days, and I get one tapped like 40 yards away. I have no idea. I agree the people freaking out about crossplay need to calm down. Weapon balance was a little rougher in this one than it was in the Office build. The FAMAS and MP7 were just a tier above the rest of the weapons. Outside of that, the weapon balance was good. Everything else was overall pretty good, but the weapon balance is like Modern Warfare 2 style. You're gonna die quick, dude. You are gonna get picked in this game. It won't take very long for you to die. So all of the weapons, none of them are fair, but they all kill fast, so I guess that makes them fair. Final kill cam only for Search and Destroy. I think the other I don't know what the hell the other modes are. I didn't pay attention to that. Noah Kyron, I have no idea what the PC requirements are going to be, but I would wager they're going to be high. Don't expect them to be low. That's not how this game works. Are there assassinations? Yes, very good question, Reaper King. There are what they call executions. If you sneak up behind somebody and melee them, you get a really fast Doom kind of execution, not like one of the slower Apex ones. The default one, though, I think is just like a knife to the back of the neck, but I know there's going to be more executions that you can unlock later and neater stuff that you can do with them. Yeah, there's an ump. There was an ump in the build I played. I don't know if that's going to be a launch ump or a DLC ump. You'll have an ump. You don't have to worry about that. Yeah, you can drop shot. The drop shot pulls you out of aim down sights, as far as I'm aware. I'm like trying to... Grenade just rolled. I should have died right there. But you can drop shot hip fire. If you have a laser sight, it's real effective. Stevie Joe Wonder, thank you for the follow. Half Brian Ploffa. Yeah, lower the quality if it's rough. Is leaning useful? For the most part, no. Mounting on a flat surface and leaning over an edge, but leaning like to the sides, is generally not very useful. It tends to kind of expose your body. It's really nice, though, if you're running light machine guns or some of the high recoil weapons. You can take some of these weapons and kit them for really goofy stuff at the great expense of your recoil, but then mount frequently, and you can kind of compensate for that. Oh, dude, I hope this not weapons and supply drops. Can you explain cyber attacks at Jocular Legend? Okay. So think Search and Destroy, 1 life per round, but instead of alternating turns with the bomb, it's neutral bomb and neutral bomb site, and they're going to be different locations each time. So your two teams have to come together and fight to find the bomb site. I'm going to get this guy with this. Get pistoled, kid. Love it. Then you have to pick up the bomb and go plant. If you die in this mode, you can be revived by a teammate just like this. Kind of straightforward. You'll come back and you get back into the action and respawn right there. You can't be permadowned. You can't be BM'd like Heist in Black Ops 4. more followers coming in. So it's sort of like demolition, search and destroy, search and rescue, a little heist mixed in, a little rezzing. It's their new take on search and destroy. Is roughly what it is. Every year they're trying to reinvent the wheel with S&D, and this year is the S&D wheel reinvention. The Mighty Mike, good to see you. Thank you. Says hydrate. Okay, I'll hydrate, man. None of the commentators used the noob tube, so I couldn't tell you. No double jump. Nah, dude. Skeezy, I think the reaction to the minimap was actually correct. I disagree with the community about a lot of things. Today they were right and I was wrong. I was wrong about the minimap. It works really well when you have a coordinated, organized team, but when you don't, it's miserable. Yes, there's free DLC. There's all the DLC in the game's free. No season pass, what they said. If you're playing as a solo YOLO character, and in some of the bigger modes, it can get really miserable not having a minimap to kind of guide you. In modes like this, and realism, and regular TDM, you don't need it. It's fine. I do enjoy the game overall. I really do. You think that seeing teammates through the walls will help like they said? It definitely will. That'll be essential almost. How much fall damage is there? It's more than other COD games. I mean, it's realistic, so don't jump off of tall things. It's not good for your knees. Not good for your knees at all. What do you think is the issue with not having the map specifically? Is it not knowing where the enemies are? No, so I kind of like not having the minimap because I don't stare at it and other people don't stare at it, and it makes you use your brain a little bit more. But the issue with it really is that you end up not knowing where your teammates are. Like, you have no idea the layout, especially for new players. You have no idea the layout of the map, so you're kind of exploring on your own. You have no idea where your teammates are hiding or what they're doing. And you don't have the general idea of where the enemies are. And in a game mode like this, maybe that's fair. But if you're playing 20v20, right? And the map is the size of a battlefield map. You spawn on the map, you have a long way to go to get to action. You have a couple of minutes of walking. Okay. But you don't have a map you can look at. You have no map. You have no indication of where the enemies are in this huge... So where do you walk to? Imagine if you spawned in Battlefield and just had no indication of where the enemies are. You would wander around aimlessly and then probably just get popped by somebody because you had no clue that there was even people there. And that was my experience, and that's why I think that mode more than anything needs a minimap. It was very frustrating. I don't think there was friendly fire for the realism mode. See-through walls could be exploited? Probably. You're talking about the see-through walls grenade. Ray Sunshine says, "Hello, lovelies!" Good to see you. That's terrible accents, like embarrassingly bad, but hope you're having a good night. So if red dots just didn't show up on a constant minimap, but instead show up on the compass, would that be ideal? It would help. I think that having a minimap for some of the modes would be better, and I think that maybe, if I remember correctly, was it Call of Duty Ghosts that had this, to where instead of having the dots, you would just see the sort of general indication, like you would just see like some red to the north, and you would know the enemies were north, and you had to be a certain distance away from them for them to actually show up on the minimap instead of just the collection of dots. Level up on Mixer, you gotta watch more, leave comments, sub, give sparks, all that kind of stuff. What do you think of the map design? I'm not really a fan. Surf Afghanistan? I feel you, man. I'm just gonna say that. I feel you. There are some rough things with the maps. They design them to be realistic, which is really nice in some ways. Like, it's cool to have a game that's not 3-lane maps and a bounce house and silly things. But it's also... It's bad to have them cluttery and have impossible power positions and stairs you can't push and weird objects and junk everywhere, kind of like Call of Duty Ghosts. For a game that wants to do realistic stuff, that simulates real life more. Real life combat is asymmetrical, it's weird, there's clutter everywhere. But for balance, the symmetry is much easier. No Oracle kill streak. There's advanced UAV, that's a thing. How many weapons are there? There were like 40 or 50 weapons. Each one had 60 or 70 attachments. Oh, some weapons are 2-in-1. So this right here is the Steyr AUG that I'm using, but I've kitted it to be the submachine gun AUG, kind of like how modern assault rifles or carbines, you can shorten the barrel and modify the stock and turn them into SMG type weapons. Or I could kit it to be like the marksman rifle AUG. You can take the base AK and you can kit it into, what is it, an RPD. You can kit it into an RPD with the right attachments. Or you can just downgrade it to like an AKS 74U, something like that. So it depends very greatly on the attachments for the weapon. You can use, some of them are 2-in-1s. You can do crazy stuff with these. You can literally take a double barrel shotgun and put a sniper scope on it and then saw the barrel off such that the scope hangs over the end of the barrel if you want to. There's a lot of creative freedom. Jessica the Maid, good to see you. No idea why you're level 1 here though. Do you think 20v20 5-flag domination should restrict some of the crazy kill streaks? No. I think that instead they should have a radar so I can tell where the hell people are. I think that the flags need to not be as obnoxiously big and in my face. And I think that you should get points for killing a kill streak. So like, let's say a kill streak comes up in the air and you shoot it down. I should get a point for that toward my streaks. Or if I capture a flag, I should get a point for that toward my streaks. So that there's an actual incentive to do it other than survival. Because in a lot of Call of Duty games we've had recently, you just had free points if you shot down the streaks. It was nice, right? This one, no reason. It doesn't matter if you shoot the streaks or not. It doesn't really benefit you. So I think that proper balance will go a very long way. How balanced is everything? It's crazy balance. It's Modern Warfare 2, like everything kills the hell out of you kind of balance. So score streaks? No, not score streaks. I think point streaks are the way to go. Do you remember Modern Warfare 3? If you were playing MW3, it was like every... Well, if you had a perk for it, every so many assists would count as 1 kill. If you cap a flag, that counts as 1 kill. If you shoot down some of the bigger score streaks, if I remember correctly, that counted as 1 kill. You could do other little things to get 1 point at a time. What is another thing? I think this one here. I cannot show the gun bench on these weapons. Actually, what weapon is this? Okay, I can actually do this one. No, where does it start? Okay. I can't actually show the gun bench on this one, which will be good. And let me go ahead and hit play. We can see a little bit of the gun customization here. So many DMs. So many DMs. I'll have to deal with that later. Any returning maps from COD 4? No, not really. At least not yet. It's okay. They're only going to be showing off new stuff. They're probably not going to be showing off remakes, which is fine. Yes, Mixer has seasons, but this is the gun bench. This is some of the stuff that you can do to customize your weapon. It's kind of crazy, actually. It's really crazy, actually. I think Ghost did do point streaks as well. So yeah, something like that. Ray, I am indeed a fan of Black Ops. I don't like Black Ops 4. I love the gameplay. I don't like what they've done with the microtransactions, but the Black Ops series as a whole is fantastic. So a lot of interesting stuff you can do there. I did not use the grenade launcher. No, that one was. How do ARs work at long range? They kill people. You shoot them and they die. That's how it works. Looks like a dollar store Frostbite engine. Okay. How excited are you? I'm pretty excited. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be quite good. Papa Tran, good to see you. Taking Iron Sight on the M4 class. Yeah, so the neat thing about Iron Sights is that... Oof, I probably shouldn't show too much of this. Not supposed to show that. Okay. I did really bad on this map, so forgive me on this. If you just have Iron Sights, you can ADS faster. Iron Sights allow you to ADS pretty quick. I tried to use the L85 A2 here, which is a light machine gun. Bad idea. Very bad idea. You're going to get to see me get absolutely pooped on by console boys. It's going to be real rough. I have no clue where I'm going, what I'm doing, anything. Super confusing. Loved watching you play Blackout. Was sad to hear about the boycott, but I respect it. Thank you, Punk Hockey Guy. You think the gun bench will become useless once everyone finds the right setup? Nope. I think there's going to be a lot of gun bench stuff. I imagine that they're going to add a lot of customizations to it, like new attachments and stuff. They're going to add new gun perks. They're going to add new guns and new toys. I think the gun bench is going to be constantly busy. That was just, see, what I did here is I kitted my weapon to reduce recoil at the expense of my aim down sight speed. So it's a really, really slow reaction weapon. This is the Pripyat map, so. Getting a little tired. I'm gonna have to take a break here in a little bit. I'll probably wrap it up at the end of this one and then get to work on other videos. Wonder when they're gonna announce the BR? I really don't think they're gonna do a Battle Royale, man. I think that instead of the Battle Royale, they're gonna stick with like massive Battlefield battle type maps. They're gonna do like 50v50, 100v100, something like that. I don't think they're gonna do Battle Royale. But if you're already kitting maps to support over 100 players, and you could just do one life free for all, basically, that'd be fine. Yeah, you're right, Jessica. Think they'll make Blackout free? They could. They could make anything free or expensive. I don't know what they will do. That's going to depend on what Papa Activision shareholders are expecting out of the company. See, the parts of this map are crazy. How much of this map has two stories, and how like cluttery and tight these little corridors are, and how easy it is to get picked and lost and confused, and it can get quite dangerous if you're not careful. How do I use my free sub and 5,000 gem things? Well, you click subscribe. There's like a pink $5.99 subscribe thing, and I've been told though it only works for Ninja. I've been told that only the Ninja free subs. That you can't just get a free sub and give to other partners, which kind of sucks. This is the Russian Odin. This shoots 50 caliber rounds. Kicks like a mule. I'm terrible with it. Only gonna be able to buy attachments for $10. Oof. Oof. I hope not. Yeah, war could easily from World War II could easily be in the game. Map design is realistic, and that's kind of a hardcore thing. Not hardcore like hardcore in this game, but it's like hardcore gaming. It's like PUBG, it's like Siege. It's like it's not a little bounce house. You have to think about it a lot more. In some ways, that means more cluttery, more camping, more confusing. You know, see that was 2 shots. That guy just duked on that guy. One of them was a headshot though. Think the minimap will make or break? No, I think the microtransactions are going to make or break. I also think there's a little bit of make or break going on in regards to jetpackers versus old school COD players, because there's definitely a disconnect in the community. A lot of people grew up playing the faster paced ones. They didn't play the older milsim games, so they may not take to this one as much as you would think. Zoomers versus boomers. I love it. Zoomers and boomers. Very, very accurate. How much stuff do they have planned that we don't know about yet? A lot. A lot of stuff. Come on, that's public knowledge. That's not even intel from me. Everybody, they're teasing so much stuff. I could not find a thermal scope. You have your night vision goggles, but I couldn't find a thermal scope, man. There we go, lag is gone. Well, sorry it was lagging. I'm doing pretty good on my end. Good frames and stuff. How much have you seen that's under an NDA? I don't think anything that I've seen is under an NDA at the moment. There's some rumors that I've heard that I'm not going to talk about, but nothing gameplay-wise that I've seen is restricted. I'm pretty sure I can talk about every single thing, or at least I've already done that, so I guess they can just be mad at me about. Can you tell them to get rid of the shit PC controls? You know, Unknown, I liked the controls that we had here. When I first played it and at the office, the default keybinds were shit. I hated them. I had to take a minute to customize every single thing going on in the game. It took some work. But this time when I went back, literally all of the buttons were exactly what I wanted, how I wanted, where I wanted them. It was almost like one of the devs is like, hey, let's go to the PC gamer computers and let's see what they're doing here. Let's you know, eyeball it. Let's look at their control schemes, and they must have taken mine or somebody else's or an amalgamation and made it default because it's a lot better. Uh-oh, Channel 1 Plus. Thank you for the host, Channel 1 Plus. I appreciate that. Welcome all you new peoples. What do we got here? There we go. Do you play Fortnite? Not as much anymore. I'm going to be doing it again soon, though. Yeah, 50v50 would be bananas. Can you tell us more about that? I think the map, the 20v20 map that we played earlier supports 50v50, but I haven't seen it in action in any capacity. Are you aware of any other kill streaks that we don't know about? No. Nothing in that capacity that you don't know about. There's new guns, you know. How strong was the muzzle flash? Dude, it was pretty strong. The muzzle flash was some real deal. But let's see. What was the question? So many questions. So many questions. Oh, you can customize all that, unknown. Whew. I'm so tired. That guy's using the Mark 14. I used that gun a little bit. It didn't really do it for me. Wasn't my thing. Overall thought of the game. Overall, like the game. The slowness doesn't bother me. You think J-Hub should come back to Mixer? I don't know what J-Hub's going to do. Look, if I spent my days trying to predict what J-Hub was going to do, I'd be sitting over here calculating the craziest probabilities. Like, figuring out J-Hub is complicated. The man's enigmatic some days. I think the respawn delay will go away. Probably not. See, I'm in a tank, but it spawned the tank facing the wall, and the tank driver didn't know what to do. And you can see me spinning here because it has, like, limited turn radius. It's like really hard to move the gun. My mouse sensitivity basically went down to 0, and I think I'd end up dying in this tank because there's nothing. I can't like look and shoot or do anything. It's kind of frustrating. Most people are smart enough to avoid the tank as well. On a scale from 1 to Black Ops 4, how much you think J-Hub's gonna complain about this game? I'm sure he'll have a lot of complaints. Black Ops or Modern Warfare? In general, I like the Black Ops series overall better, Ray. I like Black Ops overall better than Modern Warfare as a series. Do you think more Battlefield players will come over to COD? There's Battlefield players? People still play Battlefield? I'm kidding. Battlefield 5 I know isn't doing well. Battlefield 1, and you know, Battlefield 4 has had a pretty big resurgence. The game's gonna have more gun customization than Rainbow Six. Much more gun customization than Rainbow Six. Oh, there's like, who asked that question? Scratchy Juan says, what scopes are there? Dude, there's so many scopes. There's gotta be 15 scopes in this build. You've got your iron sights, you've got your red dot sights, you've got your hybrid sights, you've got your micro red dots, you've got your holographics, you've got your Russian holographics, you've got your Chinese holographics, you've got your hybrid holographics, you got your ACOG, you got your variable, you got the side flip, you got like you got sniper sights, you got 4, 6, 8x, all this stuff. Dude, there's so many optics, and you can put any of them on any gun, just about. I actually like the Russian red dot sights. I'm personally a fan of because they're really light. I didn't use suppressors. I couldn't tell you if they're good. I figured in a match with a bunch of commentators it wasn't going to help me a whole lot, so I did not use them very, very much. It's real talk, honest answer. Very frustrated by this. I'm being stuck in the... I got killed like around the corner there. That drove me crazy, and I think this is actually where my game crashed. I like lagged out, so that was a rough moment. We're gonna go ahead and change over. So let me see what else did we have that I can show off. Yep, this will be good. Move it on up. We'll do a little gunfight. I know that's not the most hype mode at the moment. A lot of you have seen it before, but it is new, fresh gameplay. Azure Wrath, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. I don't know if the map is a recreation of Real Pripyat or not. No clue on that, dude. Hasbro Gaming, I can't shoot through the doors with anything less than like a 50 cal. They're pretty hefty doors. Let's see. Favorite game to stream is Apex right now. Love Apex. I will be streaming this quite a bit when it's out in beta. See you, cool guy. FOV slider on console would be nice. I know that Doom had it and some other things. Early predictions. You think this COD will go down in history as one of the best, good, or just alright? I think it's going to go down as good, and I think it's going to go down as being by far one of the best campaigns. I think the campaign for this game is going to go down in history as one of the best, biggest, meanest, nastiest, most offensive, craziest, jaw-dropping ass moments that I've seen in a long time. The campaign is crazy in Modern Warfare. It is a whole new level of crazy. Like, multiplayer, I don't know. I love this. Watch this. I'm going to shoot the guy, and then my teammate's going to shoot him in crossfire. It's going to be amazing. See, there's my bullet. There's bullet. Done. Done. At this point, I was playing 2v2 with the event staff because the guy that I was playing with had to catch his flight to go back home. So I was playing with a guy who was supposed to be like catering food or running production or something like that, but they just had to fill, so we just came in and played. And we were doing elite strats to work together and try and survive, but I think I did most of the carry on this one. Is there an FPS cap for PC or unlimited? As far as I'm aware, there's no FPS cap. At the event that we played, it was limited because I'm a Pathfinder main. Pathfinder's great. At the event, it was more limited because they didn't want the frame rate to go crazy and mess up the Elgato. We were capturing these on Elgatos, and if it was running like 120 or 50 or something goofy, then the Elgato would start dropping frames because it was just a little USB Elgato. So we were capped at 60, but I played 144 in the office. Does everything in the campaign make No Russian look like a baby stuff? Dude, everything I saw really did. Like, No Russian was so tame in comparison. It felt like... It was like cartoony and silly compared to this campaign. Honey Badger making a return? I actually haven't seen a Honey Badger, Georgette Dawson. The Honey Badger I haven't seen. That's not there. What do you rank the gunplay in Modern Warfare? I think the gunplay in this game is its strongest suit. That's what I'm going to put in my upcoming like criticism and review video. Is that what they built is a game that has really, really strong gunplay. And you can see that, especially here in the 2v2 mode. But other modes, it gets more complicated. Other assets of the game are not as strong. Is the map design as strong? No. Is the gadgets and the overall like stratagems as strong? No. Is the modes as strong? No. But the gunplay, the actual gunplay, which is the core of any shooter game, is very strong. I think Apex had great gunplay. I think that PUBG Outdoors had good gunplay. Because of the view model issues, it was really goofy and it was hard to do like close range gunplay, but for longer range it was really nice. Is there a riot shield? No, there's a plantable barrier, but no riot shield. Who decided to add the heartbeat sensor, dude? I got no idea. No idea. C. Elliott 10, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Would appreciate some follows here, guys, so that I can keep paying my bills, but that's okay. I'll play realism mode often. Snaggy Ape, I won't be playing it often. I'll be playing it a little bit. It'll be a fun change of pace. I couldn't play it all the time. Let's see. Pretty much a one-trick Bloodhound. It's not broke, don't fix it. Yeah, that's about me with Pathfinder. If I can't grapple hook, then I'm pretty useless. How's the movement speed? Movement speed's a little slower than more recent Call of Duty games. You can see my movement speed here. It's not the worst thing in the world by any measure, but it's not fast. The movement speed in this game is not fast at all. That took way too many shots to kill that dude. Is pressing shift when you're using a non-scope weapon lower the sights? No. How should they handle microtransactions? You can literally look at Apex Legends, at Fortnite, at Overwatch, all these games. Much better systems. There's direct buys. If you do loot boxes and you don't get good stuff, you at least get crafting credits. Most of the stuff in the loot boxes are useful. They're not just completely useless decorative stickers and stuff like that. No KSG that I saw. Super Sprint worth a perk? You don't need a perk for the Super Sprint. That's on by default, my man. There's a perk that you can turn on to give you like twice as long Super Sprint distance, but it's on by default. PC version of the game have a lot of graphics options. It does. Now, I wasn't able to adjust them in this particular playtest, but it did indeed have a lot of graphics options. I think this one made me mad because I actually hit him and he was weak. I thought he was going to be dead for sure. Minimap rant? No, we're not going to do the minimap rant. I already did one earlier. I'm going to save it for my videos, you know? Xbox, PS4, or PC at launch? 100% PC. Actually, you know, for launch, if I had to guess, if I stay with Activision's good graces, I'll probably get a PlayStation 4 version early so I can play and record a little bit. And I might need to be on PS4 so I can do... I might have to do PS4 because the new content's going to hit PS4 first. But I would rather play PC most of the time. I think what would be best is if I get one unified Call of Duty account, right? So that I can have my console version and I have my PC version and I can just play, and when the new content comes out and I want to play it, I can just hop over to PS4 and do that, then hop right back to PC. Surf Afghanistan, this isn't a Cyberpunk 2077 stream. Master Discord has subscribed. Thank you very much for the subscription, man. I appreciate it. Your support goes a long way here on Mixer. I have a good deal on the subs here at Mixer. They support me a lot, so I'm very happy to get a sub. thank you for your continued support. I hope you'll stay around. Jashtian says, how's the recoil management? There is predictive recoil instead of random recoil, so you can master it. The recoil on the guns is quite high. They're much more representative of real-life guns, especially real-life if you're running. If you're a shooter in real life, they'll probably feel like they kick a little bit much because you're probably used to shooting at the range. Like, the Deagle is a little bit excessive. I think you'll see that. I've fired the real-life Deagle in a variety of scenarios, and this one kicks a little bit more than the real one. But I haven't done it like running and sprinting and trying to get, you know, picks like this. No, that's not too bad. That's not too far off. It's just that, you know, it kicks a little bit more than real life, you know? Thank you for the host, Jameson. Is it better to use attachments that give you better accuracy, recoil, and damage and sacrifice handling, or good handling with bad recoil? I don't know, dude. I haven't found the sweet spot. I couldn't tell you. Do you have a standing desk? Yes, I do. That's why I'm walking. I have a standing desk because I've effed my back up pretty bad. Ray, thank you for the host. Lola, thank you for the follow. MF Shotgun, are there any weaker aspects of the game balance related or design related? That's a good question. You're going to have to give me a moment. That's a really good question. I think that the extremity of lighting in the HDR sometimes makes it difficult to see enemies. It's a little bit representative of real life. I think that the MP7 and the FAMAS were very, very strong weapons in this game, perhaps overtuned. And I think that... I think that the maps are cluttery. Modern Warfare is racist. You think this game's racist? Wait till you see the whole Russians murdering brown people shit they have coming later. Okay, what are we gonna run? I guess I'll loop back around. I'll do the... Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll show you one you haven't seen before. I've got a few that we haven't used. Right here. Okay, and let me go back to the left monitor, and blam, there we go. Thank you for the sparks. Fireside, good to see you. Can't wait to play the story. Good. Let's see, what else do we have? I hope so, MF Shotgun. I think that they have plenty of time to change things. I'm not really worried about the game very much. I think it's definitely going to change before launch, and I think we're going to get a good game on launch. I wasn't seeing much of the mounting today. Is it more viable than the contextual lean? It's more viable than the contextual lean for the horizontal, for like crouching and mounting on something. For the left-right one, and not as much. You kind of expose too much of your body doing the left-right lean. But the prone-out mount or the over-a-ledge mount is very viable. It's mostly viable for like heavy rifles and light machine guns. Snipers is not too bad, like a DMR or something. But if you're just going to do like SMGs or something, it's not viable at all. It's absolutely miserable. Boop test. Okay, I see you. Official release date is October? I think it comes out before Halloween, man. Honestly. How's the audio? Oh, good question. Ivil Nostrabor. Ivil Nostrabor. Weird name. Okay. The audio is loud, guys. Audio is realistic in a lot of ways, because if you fired real guns, you know that real guns are loud. You know that real guns make a lot of noise. They can you know, blow your ears out and stuff like that. And especially if you're firing them indoors without hearing protection. However, in this game, they worked very hard to simulate real life audio. The downside is your gunshots are 50 times louder than anybody's footsteps. When you're popping your guns off, like shooting this AK in the cave or in one of these buildings, just about makes me go deaf. And to turn the volume up to where I can hear footsteps over that would cause significant damage to my eardrums. It's great to see realistic gun audio. For those of you that have fired real guns, you know that guns tend to crack and pop. They're more like lightning strikes and less like the little firecracker pops you see on TV. But that's not really what I need in my game. I don't need to go deaf from playing, right? Oh, man. Alright guys, in my chat, I'm getting really tired. I'm at about my limit. I still have like 3 or 4 videos to make tonight. Which is a big woof here. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the stream. I'm going to find somebody to host. I'm going to do something nice for some other person. and I will catch you all later. Okay, good. I'm still getting my fancy chair. Yep, see you, Jessica. Guys, be sure to follow if you enjoyed. I'm going to go find another Mixer partner to host. Let's go to Mixer.com. Let's find somebody, probably an Apex guy. Who we going to host? Who needs some love today? Apex is doing good on here. Brittany's killing it. Showboat's killing it. Where's somebody I know that's having a rough night? There's somebody that needs a little love here. Magic Unicorn. There's a stream that looks fun. I need a fun stream. That guy's streaming Fort Nuggets. The Curly, the unicorn guy is great. I will host instead. This guy is claiming he's the ninja of Apex. Okay. Let's see what he's got. What you got, Langston? You'll be fine. I'm gonna give him a host. The stream looks good. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this short. I'm gonna go back to my face cam, hop out of this mode here, and we're gonna give a little host, and I'll see you all later. Drifter out.